Hi YouTube family. I have waited to post some visions I've had because they're just almost like a sci-fi movie, and it's difficult for me because I'm the end times. The Bible talks about that in the end it's going to be worse than any time mankind has ever seen. And it is. It is. And I've had some visions, and I'm just going to explain the visions. And you can, what the Holy Spirit puts on your heart, maybe you can comment on them. The first vision is, I kind of drew little pictures, so which would help. The first vision here, I'll show you if I can, is this is underwater. These are little vehicles that go underwater. This is a huge drill bit. It's drilling down into this big area down here. And down in here, there were these little peoples in these little round circles. And there was like serpent tails and things like that I could see swirled around it. And they were drilling and drilling. It was underwater. And this drill was here, and this would help move the rocks. It would shoot things out and help kind of move boulders and things. And so it's interesting that these were underwater crafts, and they were kind of square looking. That's why they look like that. Then next in the vision is the actual bottom part, where I saw still these circular things with little black people in them, and there was this golden cage, and it would look like a golden cage. It didn't, and it had things in it. And then I saw wings and something laying down, just sprawled out. And I saw dragon tail and things like that. And that was above where this thing is drilling. It just gave me a closer look, a different way to look at it. And then it I'm missing a page here. Oh, goodness sakes. Where they were drilling looked like this on top. And it would go down, this huge drill. It would go straight down, and this was the drill here. And it would push down, and there were giant lizards and things trying to jump out, and there was actually a man being dropped down from the top here. And these are actual tunnels, and this is pushed back, okay, which I don't have a very clear vision of, but it pushes back. So this is behind me, and then it's dropping down into a tunnel. I mean, down into a waterfall. It's dropping down into this hole. So they had tunneled in and then dropped down. And so they tunneled in and they dropped down to this, okay? And then this is the ring inside where they're drilling. And so they're drilling this, and I see, actually they are drilling it, and they're getting down further, and they let this man down on it, and that's before these little creatures start crawling up, and they let him down on it, and he's got to fix something. These things are actually, he doesn't see them, they're kind of out of the way, and of course he gets out of his little thing, and he is in a really strange suit. It's and this is underwater, and it's a square, very big square face on it, like this. The face thing is really, really wide, and he can see far in it, and he's got a big round hat on, and you know his arms are really big, and he gets out and he's walking, he's kind of floating around, and he goes down and he's working on something down here down in the bottom, and then he hooks himself to this winch thing, and it's going to pull him back up. Well, as it's pulling him back up, these things just like he gets something loose, and this thing drops down, and this winch goes up, and they eat him right there. And that was the beginning of the fun. And there was I guess you could say, there was a area up here where people were watching, kind of like it was like an area where they had like bigger machines that they had already drilled holes in, and it was much higher, and it was I don't know how they were up there, but they were up there. And so after he got eaten, and this thing drops down, it drops down, and once it drops down, now the tunnels, it goes down like this, and it drops all the way down. And now these tunnels, all you see is this string in the middle. Just the string. Just this middle string here. And the drill part. And the rest of the big cone thing has broken through and dropped into a bottomless whatever. And once that happens, these things start going up those tunnels. These tunnels. They start heading up them. They start going up the tunnels. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we're going to go up these tunnels, and we're going to go up into the water supply or wherever this is. I don't know where it is, but that's where they're going. And they're large, and they're scary looking, and they're not something we see here on this part of Earth. And then at that time, these are little, in all of there's this sphere in the middle, and that happens to be this thing. And this starts shooting up through the center, this sphere. And it shoots up, and it's shooting up right through the center of this where the cone was. And as everything clears, as those lizards run down, this thing is shooting up. And as it's shooting up, you can see these black holes. That's where those little black people were that are scurrying up the side. And when they scurry up the side, when they scurry up the side, they look like that they're wispy. Like they're wispy people. They're wispy little people. They've got these wispy things all around them. And then they're people, and they're like black and purple, and they climb up things. And then I saw them on this kind of man-made or whatever made sea serpent. And they were all rowing it, and each in the big spines that come off the back, that's what they used to row it with. And that made it move, and it wasn't real. It was fake, and that's how they moved along the water. And it was like their little boat, but it wasn't little. It was huge. And they could also swim, and they could go up on the ceilings, up on everything. They were just, and they looked like almost like smoke at first. So then this cage opens, and I see the cage. Oops, hold on a minute. Let me get my phone back on track here. Then the cage, this cage right here, it opens, and I see like golden angels or something flying out of it. And I think, are these angels flying out of this cage and flying out because they were held there? Or are they the fallen angels? Or what are they? They just flew out. And this cage was kind of like a cage, like if you saw a lightsaber, it was like it was made with that kind of glowing golden light around it. and I guess that held him in there. And then I saw a dragon climbing up the side, a huge dragon, and then I saw a bigger angel, and he just flew up to the top. And as this thing went up, as this obelisk looking thing, and it looked kind of like an obelisk, which is interesting that all of there's so many obelisks in the United States and around the world. As it goes up past the clouds. Here's the clouds, and it goes high, 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 and it's really long, and it's but it's not long enough to touch the ground, but it's floating, and it can move around just like it is. It just moves around just like this, wherever it wants to go. And up in the top, that is sitting on top, that angel, that black. He wasn't black though. He had light on him, but in the center he was dark, and then a dark purple and a dark black surrounded him. Like he was black, but his wings, but he had a golden outside, like he could turn himself light. So, and then his little dragon, which isn't little by any means. There's a huge sea serpent in the water. There's stories about sea serpents, but when this thing comes up, I don't know if this is off the coast of California. I don't know if it's in California, but as this thing comes up, it's like an atomic bomb goes off down there, and this huge, huge wave starts billowing up as all the stuff comes up. And as it's coming up, this thing is coming out of a big trench here in California. And I know there's a big trench there, but it's coming out of a big trench there. And it just drags itself across and takes out all of the land there. And I have another vision where I saw a big area swiped out of the land, and I thought it was a lava flow that came down, and on California, all of the buildings were wiped out because of this particular thing. But it still had this deep swatch going up the middle of it, and that was made from this thing. And this thing is long, 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 and I think it only has 2 legs, but it drags its tail and its body through like a big snake, serpent kind of thing. And it has a very, very, very long face, like really long. So that's kind of what it looks like. And as the waves come, so the wave will crash and it'll take off part of California, and it just like a squeegee, and it just wipes everything out. And then another wave will crash over the next one because there's nothing stopping it, and it'll just take everything off. And then another one goes over that, and it just takes everything off. Then another one goes over that, and it just takes everything off. And it just keeps going, and it just wipes out the coastline. Just wipes it out. Just takes us. It's like somebody took a big squeegee on a mirror and went whoosh with it. And it's just shocking how it just grabs everything and just drags it out. That's all for that vision. The vision happened, and then that night I closed my eyes and I was praying, and I saw another one, and it picked up where the last one left off and overlapped it, and I saw from a different point of view, and then I saw more things, and then when I woke up in the morning, I saw a vision, and it was like it wouldn't end. And I woke up in the morning, and I shut my eyes, and then I saw a vision. And then in the afternoon, I'd shut my eyes and I would see a vision. I'd get really, really tired, and I have to close my eyes and lay down, and then I would see the vision. This happened for a couple of days, and that's kind of how it was in the beginning when I first saw visions, and when they started rolling in like that, and it's kind of there's a lot more going on to come that I've already written down, but this is all I'm going to post for today, and then I'll start with the rest of what I saw tomorrow. So comment on it, what you think, and that's what I saw so far. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching my channel and helping me decipher these visions.